Hello everybody, this is Warrior Dan, and today we are doing a different kind of video. Normally I'd be reviewing games, usually indie games or even AAA games, but today I want to talk about something a bit more personal. Earlier today, YouTube released an interesting statement regarding changes to the YouTube Partner Program. Now, for those of you who don't know what the YouTube Partner Program is, it's basically the monetization program that allows small YouTubers and big YouTubers to make a steady income off their videos. Now, over the last year or two, there has been a lot of disturbance within the YouTube ecosystem, with a lot of creators getting massively demonetized following a fallout between YouTube and its advertisers. Basically, over the last year, there's been little to no ads served on videos. On my own videos at one point, roughly 40% of my videos were instantly demonetized overnight. And over the last year or so, it's been a constant struggle trying to work with YouTube's new destructive AI bot to try and get all my videos remonetized again. Many of my videos that include zombies, blood, or any kind of violence in them have still yet to be monetized again. There's a reason why I don't continue to make Doom videos and don't make other videos on games like Killing Floor 2, which are games that I do enjoy spending a lot of time on, but sadly I cannot record those videos because I know within a fortnight YouTube will demonetize them or refuse to monetize them in the first place. It's been an enormous struggle and it's been really detrimental to my video creation process. As a YouTuber, I've been demoralized when it comes to making videos. I've lost the interest in making videos because it's so depressing to see your videos one after another get demonetized. It's not even about the income so much as it is the point that YouTube doesn't value your content. YouTube automatically flags all of your content, and when you try to fight back, there's little to no communication. So anyway, let's get into YouTube's statement today. YouTube says in a post on the YouTube Creators blog, 2017 marked a tough year for many of you. Yeah, no kidding, YouTube. With several issues affecting our community and the revenue earned from advertising through the YouTube Partner Program. Despite those issues, more creators than ever are earning a living on YouTube, with the number of channels making over 6 figures up 40% year after year. In 2018, a major focus for everyone at YouTube was protecting our creator ecosystem and ensuring your revenue is even more stable. Well, in that regard, YouTube, you kind of screwed up. As Susan discussed in December, we're making changes to address the issues that affected our community in 2017 so we can prevent bad actors, like Logan Paul maybe, YouTube, from harming the other inspiring and original creators across the world who make their living on YouTube. A big part of that effort will be strengthening our requirements for monetization so spammers, impersonators, and other bad actors can't hurt our ecosystem or take advantage of you while continuing to reward those who make our platform great. Back in April 2017, we set a YPP eligibility requirement of 10,000 lifetime views. I'll get back to that later, because I do have a point to make there. You know, I'm just going to stop it there. The 10,000 lifetime view requirement is actually pretty reasonable. You'd think that it would be a big problem, but really when you think about it, it's not a 10,000 view a year requirement, which I think would be better, but 10,000 lifetime views means in your channel's history you must have gotten 10,000 views total on all your videos to become eligible for monetization. So if your video on average gets about 50 views, then you need about, 200 videos in order to make that requirement. Now let's say each of your videos on average gets 500 views, then all of a sudden, it takes like 20 videos to meet the eligibility requirement. It's really not that much. If you grow on pace, you could probably make that total within a year. So getting back to their statement, while that threshold provided more information to determine whether a channel followed our community guidelines and policies, it's been clear over the last few months that we need a higher standard. Starting today, January 16th, we're changing the eligibility requirement for monetization to 4,000 hours of watch time within the last 12 months and at least 1,000 subscribers. We've arrived at these new thresholds after a thorough analysis and conversations with creators like you. Well, not creators like me because I was never notified of this prior to this announcement going out. They will allow us to significantly improve our ability to identify creators who contribute positively to the community and help drive more ad revenue to them and away from bad actors. Now I want to pause there because I'm concerned about YouTube's lack of clarification regarding this vague concept of bad actors. When YouTube says bad actors, my instinct goes to creators that don't represent YouTube's own outlook on life. I'm concerned that not only will YouTube try to punish, let's say, YouTube channels that manipulate children into inappropriate positions or contexts. Those videos, we can all agree, are bad examples of the YouTube community. YouTube personalities like Keemstar, I do see having a bit more trouble in the future, because I think it's safe to say, with his whole channel literally being called Drama Alert and revolving around creating or exaggerating existing drama within the community, I don't see channels like that surviving over the course of time if YouTube decides to go ahead and pursue this new direction as a company. We can all agree that getting rid of those kinds of channels is a good thing for the community moving forward. But what I worry about is that YouTube's own progressive policies will influence them to get rid of personalities who don't necessarily create hate, but have contrasting opinions politically to them. I'm concerned for heavily conservative religious groups and conservative voices within the YouTube ecosystem that YouTube may try to use whatever tools they have at their command to silence or demonetize their content due to their own policy outlooks. Because as usual, YouTube does not clarify what it means by bad actors. My mind has to go to like 5 different places to try to get an idea of what this could mean for the community moving forward. YouTube goes on to say these higher standards will help us prevent potentially inappropriate videos from monetizing, which can hurt revenue for everyone. Now, I think they're specifically talking about videos like the Logan Paul video. I'm not going to go into the whole Logan Paul drama. I think most people are aware of it to an extent. Logan Paul went to the Japanese suicide forest and filmed a video in which he supposedly interacted with a dead body. Now, I have my own doubts about that video, about whether or not it was an actual dead body. I think it was a fake, but the point is it created a huge backlash on YouTube and on social media, causing YouTube a lot of embarrassment and potentially some advertisers yanking on YouTube's chain to figure this out, or possibly even advertisers pulling out. I don't know the full extent of the backlash, but I'm sure this is in response, at least partially, to the Logan Paul incident. On February 20th, 2018, we'll also implement this newest threshold across existing channels on the platform to allow for a 30-day grace period. Well, thank you, YouTube, for giving us a month to get our affairs in order before you shoot us in the back. On that date, channels with fewer than 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watched hours will no longer be able to earn money on YouTube. When they reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, they will automatically be reevaluated under strict criteria to ensure they comply with our policies. New channels will need to apply, and their application will be evaluated when they hit these milestones. Though these changes will affect a number of small channels, 99% of those affected were making less than $100 per year in the last year, with 90% earning less than $250 in the last month. Any of the channels who no longer meet this threshold will be paid what they've already earned based on our AdSense policies. Now I'm going to pause there again. I don't know if that means YouTube will send me like a $50 check or whatever it is I'm owed on YouTube, or if this means that if you have more than $100 already, YouTube will pay out automatically. Like, you won't have the option to continue saving. I'm not quite sure what they mean by that, so I'm gonna have to do more digging on that, because I know for a fact I've not hit $100, but I'm definitely more than halfway there. After thoughtful consideration, we believe these are necessary compromises to protect our community. Of course, size alone is not enough to determine whether a channel is suitable for monetization, so we'll continue to use signals like community strikes and other abuse flags to ensure we're protecting our creator community from bad actors. As we continue to protect our platform from abuse, we want to remind all of you to follow YouTube's community guidelines, monetization basics and policies, terms of service, yada yada yada, as violating any of these may lead to removal from the YouTube Partner Program. While this change may tackle the potential abuse of a large but desperate group of smaller channels, we also know that the bad action of a single large channel can also have an impact on the community and how advertisers view YouTube. I'm going to pause right there again and say that last bit about advertisers is probably the whole reason we're even getting this post to begin with. There is no way that YouTube is making this post in response to creator criticism. The only way YouTube lately, within the last year or two since Susan what's-her-name has taken over YouTube, the only way they respond to criticism is when big corporations like big advertisers start pushing back. They've increasingly shown a disinterest in what the community thinks, the community, wants. Only after it becomes an embarrassment to them do they start acting. I think of the case a year or two ago where Doug Walker, from the Nostalgia Critic and owner of the Channel Awesome YouTube channel, decided to start pushing back on YouTube's lack of clarification regarding its Content ID system and how poorly the Content ID system was created. And he created a hashtag movement that ultimately not only got YouTube to change its entire Content ID system, but also brought up at the national level a large discussion about how free speech works on YouTube. The hashtag movement, for anyone interested, was hashtag where's the fair use. So yeah, it still bugs me that YouTube is more concerned with what its advertisers think of it than the community that built it from day one. Because ultimately, even if some advertisers pull out, it's not the end of the world, but if the YouTube community leaves it and moves over to another platform like Twitch or whatever, not that that would happen, but if it did, there is no coming back from that. YouTube cannot exist without its community. So the lack of respect that the YouTube CEO and her staff show towards the community is, I think, entirely disrespectful, and I think they've forgotten where they came from in the first place. So going back to the statement, one of YouTube's core values is to provide anyone the opportunity to earn money from a thriving channel. And while our policies will evolve over time, our commitment to that value remains. Those of you who want more details about this change or haven't yet reached this new 4,000 hour, 1,000 subscriber threshold can continue to benefit from our Creator Academy, our Help Center, and all the resources on the Creator site to grow your channels. Even though 2017 was a challenging year, thanks to creators like you, it was full of the moments that make YouTube such a special place. Creators large and small, established and emerging, transformed their talent and originality into videos that captivated over 1 billion people around the world. They made us laugh, taught us about our world, and warmed our hearts. We're confident the steps we're taking today will help protect and grow our inspiring community well into the future. Signed, Neil Mohan, Product Officer, and Robert Kilntz, Chief Business Officer. I may have mispronounced that guy's last name, but whatever. After reading this newest statement, this is my initial impression because I'm recording all this live. I'm extremely disturbed about what this means for YouTube's future. I've been on this platform for under 4 years. I started out as a small TF2 channel. I played primarily Team Fortress 2 on my old, basically $400 non-gaming PC, and now I have a $1,300 computer. I've got like a whole setup. I've moved into my own apartment. I'm going to college. I'm about to graduate. There's been so much change in my life over the last 4 years, and one stable aspect of that has always been YouTube. Even on my worst days, when I feel utterly depressed and just really down, YouTube was there for me. There's a community there that I could look forward to engaging with. I could look up funny videos. I could watch movie trailers. I could watch funny gaming personalities do their thing. There is so much to see on this platform. And unlike any other aspect of media, there is the opportunity to grow from nothing to be one of the most influential people on the planet. There is no other part of our society that allows us to do that. You can't walk into a TV studio and just expect to be a TV personality. There's no way someone like me would ever be accepted in any media platform. My point is, anyone, regardless of any experience level, can go on YouTube and be a YouTuber. YouTube is the most accessible video platform on the planet, viewed by billions of viewers worldwide every year, and it only continues to grow. There's so much to love here, but with the way YouTube continues to treat creators big and small, it makes me wonder if YouTube is really a place that I can stay on and enjoy. It's not even a matter of money. Like I said, I haven't seen a single check from YouTube in the last year. I do it because I love it, but I feel with this move and similar moves like it in the future, I'm sure, it feels enormously disrespectful to my commitment and to the commitment of many other people who have been on this platform far longer than me. So on behalf of all the small creators on YouTube, I think I can safely say, YouTube, we are disappointed in this move. We understand your motivations for wanting a safer space where the Logan Pauls and people like that can't show images of dead bodies, but there's a better way to do this, and blocking out small creators and discouraging them from reaching their full potential is not the way to do it. I'm just going to end it here because I don't think I can find the words to really express this any better, but I'm taking time to reflect on this. And YouTube, I hope you do too.